Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Libra. Thanks so much for clicking here. I've got a couple of oracle decks that we're going to use, a couple that we haven't used in a little bit, and this is for the overall energy we use the oracles for, and then we're going to pull out some tarot and get some detail about that energy. I'm always reading for the week ahead, Libra. You know that if you are my ride or die. If you're here all the time, Libra, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. If you are brand new, and just a brand new one, and you haven't been here before, welcome to all the shenanigans here, and I hope that you will stay. There is a subscription button down in the bottom right hand corner if you are interested in joining this beautiful Libra tribe. All right, tell me about Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Tell me about Libra. Oh, really? I love this deck because it kind of gives you like sort of a message right away. And so we have soon, we have you, and we have a message to pass on. So I feel like you are going to be getting some sort of a download soon. And that message is something you're supposed to share with other people. Card number 42 is 6. That is reciprocal energy. I feel like you're coming out of some sort of a lack space or like a lack mindset, or it feels like there is a message that is coming to you that is going to heal you or give you some sort of realization. And I feel like that's a message you're supposed to be passing on to others. We do have card number 32, right? I was just saying that you're in some sort of lack energy. And I think it's because 32 is a 5 and it feels like this is a 6. So we've got fives and a 6 here. So I feel like there is a message coming soon about lack, but I feel like it's also going to be inspiration because 5, when I see 32, that's sort of lack, it feels like, but this 5 here is on its own and it feels to me like it's Hierophant energy. It feels like you're going to be inspired or that you are supposed to give a spiritual teaching to somebody about something you've learned. That's how spiritual teachers become spiritual teachers. They're speaking to you on things that they have experienced, and they do have, boots on the ground experience with a certain subject, and they have the wisdom of that, learning the lesson from that, and that's why they're able to teach you. I feel like you're going to become the spiritual teacher in this sense, Libra. It feels like you will have some sort of message to pass on in reciprocal energy with other people. Card number 6, right? We do have anger. It's a message about anger. So it feels like we've got card number 9. I feel like you're over it, to be honest. I feel like if you were in anger or you were angry at somebody about something, I feel like you're over it. It feels like somebody might have stabbed you in the back or hurt you. We've got a sword going through the hand here. Maybe you tried to give someone a helping hand and maybe they were really harsh with their words or their decision, or maybe they cut you out. But the 9 tells me, when we get to the 9s, we're kind of over it, right? Like that's what the 9s are about. We're sort of over it. We're getting to the 10s, which is the end of the cycle. So it does feel like you're over it. And I feel like you are the one who's going to be learning a lesson, or you're going to be getting some clarity on something here. Tell me more. Tell me more about Libra, please. I feel like your download or the higher self will speak to you soon. I think that's what this is. Tell me about soon. Tell me about soon. We've got trust. We've got barrier. And we've got release. So soon says trust. I feel like you're supposed to trust that soon you will be getting some sort of message. I feel like the message is coming from the higher self, so it's probably within a dream. Because I feel like the answer you need is already within you. That's the higher self. And I feel like you're going to be taught from the higher self. We do have the you, it says here, and card number 32 is a 5. There's a barrier, so there's a blockage here. And I feel like you're experiencing some sort of a blockage, and it feels like you are going to be taught from the higher self how to get over that barrier. And it feels like then you're supposed to release that with emotion to other people. And I think it's about how to get over something or someone that you're really angry about. And it's a message of peace. I really love that. So you're about to share a message of peace and how you got over your anger. We do have children. Maybe for some of you, maybe it is about a child. It could be something like that. So the message to pass on is how to release anger, I think is what you're supposed to be teaching others. We've got observe and empathy. So I feel like, look at that. And forgive. So I feel like you decided to forgive someone through empathy, through trying to see it from their side in the situation they were dealing with. And I feel like you observed that in yourself. Maybe, that happens in karma, right? So maybe somebody did something to you and you won't accept their apology. You start holding a grudge, and then that thing or something similar, the similar situation happens to you to teach you the lesson. And now you have more empathy for the person that you were angry with. So I feel like that's what's showing up here. Give me some tarot. What are we going to do here? All right, let's talk about it. Talk about you, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Libra, just one day left if you want 10% off a private read of already reasonably priced readings. If you're interested in doing that, please look in the pinned comment. There is a coupon code for 10% off along with a link to Wizio. Tell me about trust and soon. What's coming soon? What should you trust is coming soon? It feels like there's, like a candle in the dark, right? It feels like you're going to get some sort of enlightenment is what it looks like. We've got the Page of Cups. This is an apology is what it looks like. It feels like you're learning about apology. Yeah. It does feel like maybe an argument or a fight. I feel like somebody was really hurt, very angry, whatever the situation was. And it feels like somebody here is going to be learning the lesson of how to forgive, how to give forgiveness. Tell me about the barrier, please. The barrier is you, is what it is. It feels like there is a blockage here, and I think it's you. Because I feel like you were feeling really hurt by somebody and legitimately hurt. We've got abundance. It's card number 3. We do have some sort of reunion. So I feel like somebody is going to come to you with an apology. It feels like the removal of this barrier is what is going to be celebratory. I don't think you're sitting down to have drinks with this person. In fact, some of you may not. Some of you might. Some of you might invite them in and say, come on in, let's have coffee, let's talk about it. Some of you may not. But I feel like it's whether or not you accept the apology, I feel is not the message. The message is you will feel like a weight has been lifted. It will be a celebratory time. You're removing the barrier between you and someone else. It could be the barrier that you had within yourself, understand, right? It could be a barrier that you were holding. When we hold animosity, we do stop ourselves from doing the things that we want to do because it's a lesson not learned. Tell me about release. I think that this here, the message to pass on is about how to release anger. Tell me about this release. And I feel like it's because you become more in touch with your emotions here, Libra. Because when we look at things in a very, why am I seeing that? I'm seeing an ER room. Oh, surgical. Okay, when we see things in a very surgical or stark way, sometimes, you tend to make logical sense out of everything. And I feel like it's time for you to feel your feelings in this particular situation so you can pass on the message to other people. We've got, oh boy, yikes, there's a tower. It does feel like it's something that you're forced to release, is what it feels like. The universe is like trying to teach you a hard lesson about how you close yourself off, not only to people who hurt you, but to other opportunities, right? It's a lesson we have to learn. Because we always are going to come up against things that are going to piss us off or people that are going to piss us off. And it's a really good lesson to learn. Forgiveness, it doesn't mean you have to let them back in. It doesn't mean, when you let go of your anger, it doesn't mean they win. It means you win. It means you're no longer holding on to this angst, right? So I feel like there's an apology here that is coming to you, Libra. And I feel like the universe is asking you to trust that the message I'm giving you is the right one. The download you're getting is going to come soon. And I feel like for you, it's going to come in the week ahead. We've got the 10 of Wands, oppression, it says on here. And so I feel like when we carry it with us, it ends up being, heavy on us. It ends up weighing heavy on us because we've got to keep that barrier in place at any cost, no matter what the storm. It ends up being something that is really heavy. We do have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you're someone who is very slow to forgive once you are wronged. And it feels like this Knight of Pentacles tells me that you've been carrying this burden. I think it's somebody broke your trust, I want to say. It feels like somebody broke your trust, and I feel like you've been carrying this burden of trust or not being able to trust anybody, right? That can happen way back when we're kids. If we can't trust the people we live with, our parents, if we can't trust them, we end up not trusting other people. If we're hurt by our parents and that's where we're supposed to be learning trust from, it's really hard to be able to move forward in life. And when we don't trust people, it puts barriers between us and ourselves, us and other people. We've got the Star here. So I feel like there is hope that things are going to work out. I feel like somebody's feeling hopeful. I feel like you've been asking for help, actually. I want to say with this star energy here, to me, it's like when the star energy is healing, it's also wish fulfillment for me, but it's also somebody who's looking to the stars or looking to the sky, looking for help. Like, please help me drop this burden. We can't drop the burden until we trust that the information we're getting from the universe is for us. So I feel like that there is going to be some sort of an apology coming in, that you're going to be expected to forgive somebody possibly, and I feel like this is what is going to lift the oppression from you, and you no longer have to hold that barrier in place. Tell me why the Three of Cups is here. We have the Five of Pentacles. Again, living in lack, right? It's a 5. We've got the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it does feel like a trust thing, my friend. And then we have the 8 of Swords in the reverse. So it does feel like it's a trust thing. I want to say that with the 5 of Swords being Aquarius energy, it feels like you do not easily forgive. If you wrong an Aquarius can hold that in for a very long time. But I feel like I feel like that it's a trust issue in that the 7 of Swords is here, and that the trust card is here. So I feel like somebody here you don't trust, but I feel like you're ready to let something go here with the 8 of Swords in the reverse. It feels like you're ready to let the thought pattern break. Let it go. Stop thinking about it. I feel like that's the barrier. It cuts you off from other people and your communication, the way you communicate with other people. I feel like you are removing the barrier should you decide to allow somebody to apologize. And I feel like it's like you can allow them to apologize, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to let them back into your life or be their friend, but it is going to give you release. And you're now going to be able to have this lesson to teach to other people. So I feel like the release, this sounds like the Gemini reading, actually. I wonder if you've been having, you're at odds with a Gemini, possibly. But it feels like this message to pass on. The universe is trying to teach you something. That with this Tower here, it's a shift in your thinking. It's a shift in, look at all these swords, right? We've got 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, feeling in lack, right? We've got a lot of pressure going on here. Someone trying to hold their ground. I'm going to say, trying to hold their ground. And it feels like this Tower comes in to shift your thinking. It puts you in this place from being up in your head to being in your feelings. And I think that it allows you to release this anger is what it is. It allows you to release the anger for whatever reason. The anger is here. I feel like the Tower is here to break you open, to make you cry, make you feel your feelings, so you can teach it to other people, whether that be members of the family, maybe your own children. We've got the 7 of Cups. Yes, lots of emotion. Overwhelming emotion is what it feels like. We've got the Chariot energy here. One more. And we've got the Moon energy. So I feel like you do it by yourself. You do it alone. I feel like the Tower is showing up. You don't see that the Tower is coming, but I feel like it is a release of emotion. And I think it's supposed to happen this way because I feel like you are stepping into the shoes of the Hierophant. You might have a Taurus placement, you don't have to, but it does feel like you are somebody who is supposed to learn this lesson. It's like you're watching it from the outside. It's like you're watching it happen. But I feel like you need to release some sort of anger, and somebody is coming in to apologize. It does feel like you're going to have to really dig deep. This is a very deep cut that you're dealing with. I feel like somebody spoke out of turn, and it feels like it cut you in some kind of way. And it feels like this Seven of Cups is telling me that the reason that you don't turn on the waterworks is because probably you don't spend a lot of time in your emotions, and it's hard to turn it off. But I feel like you're not really going to have a choice. The Tower is here, and you are going to have victory and success here, but it is because you have to move through the Moon energy, which is all the deep emotions you're trying to avoid, because that's how you got into this 5, right? That's how you got into this lack energy. But when I have more than one 5, right, that means to me in a reading that there's quick change here. So I feel like there is going to be quick change, and you got to trust that this is the right way to do it. I feel like the healing is here with the Star. I feel like it's taken a long, long time for you to get here. What is the outcome? We have the 9 of Wands. So you go from being the wounded warrior here. 9s again are the end of the cycle, right? You've decided that I don't want to be defensive anymore. We've got the Queen of Swords in the reverse. It definitely was something that someone said to you. It was really terribly hurt. Like you were really terribly hurt, very deeply cut. Somebody said something without regard for your feelings. The Queen of Swords in the reverse is someone who doesn't care about what they say or how it lands or how I stab you or how I hurt you. They don't really care. And so I feel like you've been feeling this hurt for a long, long time. And then we have the 4 of Wands. It does feel like this is probably a family feud. It could be something that's going on within your family, like maybe you're with your spouse or your children, but it could be mom, dad, sister, brother. It does feel like it's something that does require stability, and I feel like someone is coming in to apologize for speaking out of turn. That's what it feels like. The Queen of Cups is here. Yep, it could be your mother. I'm just saying. The Queen of Cups to me is a mother or a father, so it could be a parent who said something out of turn and really hurt you. This person has had a chance to think about it, and the way that they now feel like they've damaged the relationship between you and them. Somebody, if it's not a parent, it's somebody who's possibly a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, but it could be somebody who's just coming in with more compassion than they had before. Because I feel like when they hurt you and made you the wounded warrior, and this could be from years ago, it could be, but it feels like when they said what they said, that they didn't back it up with any stability. They didn't back it up with, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe can we get some stability? They didn't bring that in. They didn't use any compassion. I feel like somebody's coming in with compassion here so they can heal the situation. We have the King of Pentacles. They're trying to make things solid again. We need to get back on solid ground. And the Hermit is in the reverse. So I feel like it's somebody you haven't spoken with in a really long time, because I feel like whatever they said really put you in a place of anger. But the whole point of the reading is that the universe is trying to teach you how to forgive and how to access your emotions at the time when you need them. Because I feel like this person's coming back in as the compassionate, kind, loving, empathic one, having learned their lesson about saying things that they shouldn't say or not talking things out instead of arguing and fighting, or maybe keeping it under the surface until it blows up, right? I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching, Libra. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I am always back. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.